Now, we've heard from Financial Secretary Paul Chan that he's going to be continuing to maintain Hong Kong's status as a free port, implementing free trade policies, ensuring the free flow of capital, goods, people, and information. This is the response to the tariff trade war initiated by the Trump administration. How is Hong Kong doing amidst all that's going on?
Hong Kong's success has always been riding on being a free trade port and dealing with many of our trading partners around the world. Obviously, America is one of the key still, even though the share of our trade with America has reduced over the years. So I think keeping Hong Kong, the Hong Kong dollar peg, providing the stability has always been the key important platform for allowing Hong Kong to provide the confidence to all the international business partners that they are dealing with. We're as a free trade port and as a standalone WTO member, we have been following the rules, dealing the international trading with the partners. And as I said, this is where Hong Kong success has been building, and hopefully will continue to be so in the years to come.
As a result of the de minimis exemption, that being taken away, Hong Kong Post now has stopped mailing by air and by surface any parcels to the United States. Give us your response to that. I mean, we haven't talked about it in a little while here on air at CNBC, but what is the implications for Hong Kong as a city now that we can't mail anything to the United States?
It's not that we kind of mail anything to the United States. In fact, other than the Hong Kong Post, DHL and the Express Courier also stopped the B2C of about US $800 a shipment. But there are also other providers that are still providing the service. So hopefully this will only be the temporary measures. But looking at it, e-commerce is the development, not just out from Hong Kong, it's on a worldwide trend. That is will not be retracted. Hong Kong is growing, but obviously it's not yet to the very massive scale. And that's why in the last couple of years, under the government directive and also the push from the business side, e-commerce have taken off. But don't forget we mentioned about Hong Kong as a free trade port. There are also still many countries and regimes around the world that do not have the minutes being uplifted. They still have that allowance allowing these shipments. So how that will be affecting the development of that, it may be more difficult than simply the shipping parcels to America. But there should be other ways and means to allow the growth of that. But I think the longer term implication is that if that continues to last a bit longer, the Hong Kong Post, then the Pacific, which provide a lot of support to Hong Kong Post. Hong Kong Post is one of the key customers to the Pacific. Pacific may be affected, but if only short term, then I don't see that is really causing that much of concern.
Talking about companies being affected, what are some of the members at the chamber? What are the concerns that they have? What are they talking about?
Well, if you have watched this movie, back to 1994, Forrest Gump, there was a really famous and the full of wisdom quote by the Forrest's mother. And she said, life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get next. So I think it's exactly the situation right now. With the very unpredictable actions of the U.S. government since before Liberation Day, there is possibly very difficult to have scenario planning. So many of our members are still holding the wait and see attitude, and hope that in the short term in time, there will be some light and some uplift from the American government, seeing that they're so unpredictable. Hopefully, there is something positive will come out. So a lot of those are holding that, but no doubt the more affected businesses are the transport, logistics, the importer, exporter, in particular those who have only one major customer, that is America. But understanding the pragmatic business behavior of Hong Kong businessmen, while they have America as probably the major customer, but they have been diversifying, and not just since 2018, but over the years in developing new products, new markets, and finding new customers. So those who have done that would probably be impacted a bit less. But psychologically, because it's not just a trade war between Hong Kong, China, and the States, it's actually worldwide. And the U.S. government is challenging the sort of the rule base that have been governing international trade for the last decades. So we will see how it goes.
I got to get your take on what's happening with Superman Li Ka-shing and C.K. Hutchison. The Panama port sale has turned into a political football. How do you think this can be resolved?
Well, such issues is on a mega international scale because, again, it's not just Hong Kong itself. And CK and Cheung Kong been in the international business for such a long time. They will understand the opportunities and also the risk that they're facing. And from the business perspective, they would probably make the best commercial decision amidst the geopolitical situations that the whole world is prevailing.
Yeah, we're going to be watching that very, very closely. I want to get you to weigh in on the Hong Kong dollar. We have been here in Hong Kong pegged to the U.S. dollar since 1983, something that the Hong Kong Monetary Authority continues to stand by. We've seen the intervention 4 times now since May the 2nd. Selling the Hong Kong dollar could potentially push up HIBOR. We heard from Eddie Yu, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority head. Basically, he had indicated that he expects to see continued strength and potentially the need for further intervention will hinge on the pace of southbound capital flows and upcoming mega IPOs into the Hong Kong market. Talk to us a little bit about the HKD, the impact of the inability for the officials here to guide their own monetary policy and the impact on Hong Kong's economy.
Since 1983, the PAC has provided a very strong platform, providing the confidence to the business world. And despite a lot of challenges and a lot of incidences that try to attack the PAC over the last 3 to 4 decades, the PAC has remained strong. And I see that this PAC will provide, as I said, the necessary platform to allow a certain and understandable platform for the business to continue to be dealt with. The U.S. dollar Hong Kong, the trade is sort of stated at a very narrow margin of 70.75 to 70.85. So that is the much that the HKMA probably could work on. But don't forget, the HKMA has a very, very big reserve of close to the US dollar, the 432 billion. With that, I think the determination of keep the PAC, from what I can see, will continue to be the case. Short-term wise, no doubt some imports will be affected, likewise like exports. So we will not have the best of both worlds. But again, with all these strong dollar, the public capital will come to Hong Kong, and that may be the good sign of some investment opportunities for others. Yeah.